I just dropped my phone. All right. Well, hello, everyone. It's your girl, Gabrielle. Welcome to a brand new episode of Hot Topics. Sorry, I just realized I spelled my guest's name wrong. There is no H in your name. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Okay. Just gonna make that small correction there. All right. Welcome to Hot Topics. My name is Gabrielle Crichlow. Let me tell you what this show is about. So, this is the show where we like to have real talk about real things. We like to focus on things in empowerment, education, employment. We've done episodes about ADHD, learning disabilities, dyscalculia, plenty of episodes about entrepreneurship. So, we cover a lot of ground here on Hot Topics, and our goal is to educate you. And today is no different. So I am excited because I have a brand new guest. She is new to the hot seat. So I'm curious to see where this is going to go. But she is actually going to be a part of a recurring thread that I have on the show. So let me tell you what that is. So the topic for today is, what am I doing wrong as an entrepreneur? Part 6. So this is the 6th time that we've brought this topic. So, I'm curious to see where it's going to go today. So, what am I doing wrong as an entrepreneur? Let me this make sure it's not too close to my lips. What am I doing wrong as an entrepreneur? This is the 6th time that I've brought this episode. So this show is for the entrepreneurs, the side hustlers, the business owners. This show is for you. So I want you guys to pay attention and take heed. Classes in session. All right. So let me tell you who the guest is today. Her name is Amber McCarty, right? There's no H in her name. Amber McCarty. And let me just tell you briefly about who she is. She has been an entrepreneur for 5 years and networking in the same amount of time. She has learned some things about putting your business out there and how to make you stand out. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bring her to the stage. Hi, Amber. How you doing?
Hey, doing fabulous, friend. Thank you so much for the warm introduction. That was so much fun to watch. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, I was recently on your show, and now you're on my show. Now you're on my turf. So,
Exactly. Exactly. So I
all
do
right.
have a little one who is still awake with us right now, but that is a-okay. So if you hear someone talking in the background, it's not a ghost, just some children.
And the life of an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
All right. So today we're going to talk about, what are we doing wrong as entrepreneurs? You have an interesting take on that, and you've built your business off of that. So I'm going to just pass the baton over to you. Please tell us, what are we doing wrong as entrepreneurs?
That is like a loaded question. I guess I wouldn't want to start like with what you're doing wrong necessarily. Maybe just what you're not doing enough of is you definitely want the world to know what you're doing, which is great. But people also don't want to just see you and your product and talking about just what you have to offer. So what I do is I actually created my own community, my own network to go ahead and plug my business in, but not just all about Amber McCarty because everyone gets bored with that. And I now have a community that I interview and I bring on. So like what I'm trying to say is like you don't need to interview and bring people on. What I'm trying to say though is you want to get outside you want to get outside help. You want to borrow other people's audiences to go ahead and get your message out there as well. Just like like what we're doing tonight with Gabrielle. Like she's allowing me to use her and her platform to get my information out there in front of a whole different group. That needs to be utilized a lot more. Are you still there, friend?
I'm still here. I'm still here.
There you go. I got nervous. I only saw myself talking, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Don't worry, it's a solo deal, but go ahead, keep going.
Um, how about you line me up for another question?
All right. So what do you do for what do you do for your clients?
Okay, for my clients, what I do, so my tagline is my business is knowing your business so I can share your business with the world. And when I hear people's businesses, I can't help but to see a movie in my head. And then I want to go ahead and I want to create that movie to the best of my ability, and I call it a commercial. So for some clients, I've made a poster, like a banner of what their work looks like, and that's gone really well in their business. Then for another business, I had a TikTok idea over Christmas, and I called her up. It's a bee. You're okay. And it's not a bee. Anywho, so I called her up and I pitched her while I was driving, and she goes, "Fantastic! Like, when can you have it ready?" And I'm like, 8 o'clock tonight. And she's like, "Cool, do it." Fantastic. So I love creating ideas on the spots. And of course, they always come to me when I'm driving. Otherwise, I love interviewing and figuring out like where the heart is about your business, because every business is usually flooded with competition. And I like finding out what makes you the best at what you do, and why would somebody want to invest the time with you, the money with you, and the resources with you. So I give you a space to, brag about yourself without sounding, like an arrogant blank. So I give you the permission to talk about yourself. And then what I do is I take the long content, post it to all the social medias that are long content formed. And then I give out 3 teasers, or I like to call them golden nuggets. And then I put them onto the your short platforms.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So your clients, they describe what they do, they describe the business, and you take that information and turn it into you turn it into social media content. Did I get that?
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what I do. Hi. Oh, okay.
Do you need a moment?
No, we're okay. We're just gonna look at some ladybugs that apparently have on thawed inside the house. So we're good. Okay, I'll be careful.
Oh,
Morphle?
this is a beautiful
Hi.
depiction of entrepreneurship and motherhood.
This is really how it goes. This is really how it goes. You're just on the phone all the time, having an adult conversation into children talk. So it is fun. So yeah, feel free. Ask me another question.
All right, let's jump into it. All right, let's describe the process, right? So someone what do you do to pull the information out of your clients?
Normally, I have like a phone call or a Zoom meeting, and everyone loves talking about their own business. So like pulling the information out is not hard. Then I pull out the information of what makes you special, like why you, and where is your heart. And I love finding out like where their why is, which is great to know what your why is. But then also I love finding out like what makes you tick for what you do. And I love that. So I really hone in on that. It usually takes about 1 Zoom meeting, and I understand your business. I'm super quick with it. And then if then I see it, I see the vision, and then I let you know like what I see and what I hear and what I want to do with your business. And then you're like, okay, yes or no, or let's tweak it.
Okay. So, well, just going back to what you said earlier about competition, right? There's so many businesses out there kind of doing the same thing. So what can we do as entrepreneurs to stand out more?
To stand out more as an entrepreneur. Networking has really been it for me. Networking has been the biggest thing that I've been doing for 5 years. And I have been bouncing from group to group. I have been figuring out which one is right for me. And I finally found one, and then it kind of folded. So then I took over and I was like, you know what? I now run the show. But if you're not comfortable running the show, find a place to call home. Find a place to call home. And then it really helps to have like one person to be like a, what do I have? I have a business advisor. So like he gets like 5 phone calls a day. Not even kidding. And that has really helped me with my business, because like he helps me stay on track and like what I should be doing and what I shouldn't be doing. So networking and finding a business advisor or an accountability partner, because I know that business advisors can be expensive. Those would be my 2 biggest golden nuggets that have really helped me out in these last 5 years.
So having those connections, it helps you grow as an entrepreneur. So networking, knowing other entrepreneurs, what they're doing, and having someone to help you stay on task, and because it can get overwhelming, right? So you need someone to help you balance all that.
Exactly. But then don't forget to go like outside of the networking circle. So like it's great that you're seeing like your friends on a weekly basis, but seeing your friends doesn't totally help you. So like make sure you know that you're meeting new people. Like networking can almost feel like a second job depending on what group you're in and how you're structuring it. But that's really the best way to get your information out there, especially if you're not what I like to call building your own stage.
Tell me more about that.
Building your own stage.
Yes.
Building your own stage to me means create what you envision. Like if you are not finding the networking group that you want and that focuses on what you need, and maybe it's too expensive. Okay, back when I started, heck, like still even now, like I don't pay for a networking group. I just absolutely refuse. I believe that there's so many other opportunities such as free. So that's what I did. But then I built my own stage. So I started networking by myself, like with other people. And I let them know, like, I'm the one that's going to do this. I'm the one that's taking all of the.
You need a moment? I'm loving this right now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, then go turn on the TV then.
Take a
Then go
moment.
turn
Take a
on
moment.
Jack, then go turn on the TV, honey. Okay. Okay, go, honey. Go,
To
go.
my audience, let's give her a moment.
Oh,
Okay.
oh my goodness, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. We were doing so good. We were kicking the balloon. You guys
All
don't
right.
make me know that I was. But anyway, back to this.
Building your own stage. Yes.
Building your own stage would be building what you need, what you want, where you want to go. So surrounding yourself with the people with, oh my goodness, please go. Please go. Okay.
Breathe.
Building.
Breathe.
We're gonna get through this.
Yes, we are. This is all live, by the way. I'm letting you know.
That's okay. That's okay. There. What did you say?
I said this is all live, so
That's okay. Do we actually have people watching? That's cool.
2 people.
Awesome. I hope you
Okay.
love myself that I'm repeating. Okay, so then like right now I'm talking to a speaker, or she wants to be a speaker down in Texas, and I said, "Sweet. How are you going to do that?" And she's like, "Well, I'm trying to talk to people up here," and I'm not going to name them, but I do look up to them too. And I'm like, "Okay, and where are you getting?" She goes, "Well, I'm trying, to message them and maybe they'll let me up on stage." And I'm like, "Sweetheart, like I think that they're good people and I think they have like a really good heart, but they also had to build from the ground up. Like those people now that are selling out tickets for $5,000 for people to listen to them talk, they had to build their own stage, which means their own community, their own followers. I personally believe that you just jumping onto TikTok and only talking about your product and only talking about yourself isn't going to get you anywhere. I really feel that you do have to like add some heart into it. You have to add some background into it. And then you also have to use other people's audiences.
So you bring up a good point. When people look at social media and they see people with their 10,000 followers and their 1 million followers, and people are like, I want to get there. That's going to be me someday. I'm just going to jump right into it. People don't see that it takes time to get that. It takes time to get there. You're not going to get that overnight. you know it's you got to start from the ground up. You got to start with your friends. You got to have those friends connect to other friends, and even going beyond your friends, right? And making new friends. So you have to build those connections, and it takes months and it takes years. Like, that doesn't happen right away.
No, I've been building for 5 years, being an entrepreneur. And now I finally feel I'm at my starting point, you know?
You are just starting after 5 years.
It feels like it. Like it feels like this is where I wanted to be 5 years ago. You know? Like everyone has like where they want to be. Does that make sense?
Right, right. So where you wanted to be in the beginning is where you are now.
Yeah. Yeah. So it takes time and nobody sees all the garbage that's way back there. So
What garbage? Tell us about that garbage.
um the unsureness, the live on Facebook in front of, your audience. Like, I don't know if there's only 2 people watching or 200. Like, I have no idea. So that's nerve wracking because I don't see it here back in here. So yeah, so it's nerve wracking to come from all the way back there in the past, and it takes confidence building. My cold calls, because yes, I was in a group that wanted you to do some cold calls, and that was hard. That was so hard, and picking up the phone. And now, like, I don't have as many issues about that. To do that. Or when somebody just like you post a comment or you post a post and someone hearts it, well, I would never feel comfortable with reaching out to that person that hearted it to be like, hey, friend, I saw that, you gave me support. Like, are you just supporting me, or like, do you need something? And that took me a really long time to get comfortable with, because I really felt like I was pushing. But that's gold right there, because those hearts or the thumbs ups, those are people that might be supporting you, or they might actually want what you do. So make sure that you are messaging those supporters too, and not just the comments. That's gold.
Interesting. So the people that may not comment, but they drop like the heart and the thumbs up, and the care symbol, to reach out to them, not just the people that comment.
Exactly. Yeah, I have found gold inside of just the reactions.
So tell us more about the gold. So what did you get out of that? What was the result?
I actually landed a couple of jobs with that. So I don't, but if I would have never followed up with them, I was like, oh, like, thanks for the heart, and I never did anything with it, that was their way of saying, I love what you do and I want to know more, without being aggressive. So yeah, like, it's gold to go ahead and dig at it to figure out, like, why did they give you the heart, or why did they give you the care, or the angry face, or whatever. So,
Oh, so you're saying you would reach out to each person that left an icon, that dropped
Mhm.
an icon, and you would just
Yeah.
send them a direct message.
Yep. And I would say, thank you so much for the support. Like, are you just showing support, or are you interested in something that I said? And do you need my services at all? And some people were just like, no, just showing support, keep doing you. And I'm like, thanks, girl, or thanks, man. And then, other people were like, no, like, I really want your services. Like, we need to break this down. So,
I guess I have some work to do. I see some people leaving the little not comments, the icon. So I guess I'll be reaching out to y'all. Um,
yeah.
so so just going back to what you said earlier. So people tell you about their business, and is it they tell you their idea and you help them launch it into a business?
Nope, not really. Like, they already, like, can we talk about your job?
Sure.
Okay, so for instance, you already have your job and you love your job and you're passionate about helping students or graduating college, or, working moms that need help learning whatever they're learning, which is great. But when I hear you talk about that, I instantly see a movie. So then I want to create something visual to capture people's attention instead of, just a picture with a logo.
Okay.
So I guess like I don't help you come up with business idea. I mean, like I'm full of ideas. So I mean, I have helped a couple of people come up with their business plan and their business structure. But that's not really my go-to.
So you target people that already have established businesses.
Yes, yes. And then that need help getting their message out further. So then they would borrow my audience and my followers to then share their business with the world.
Ah, okay. So you particularly focus on social media.
Yes.
So let's talk about social media. So what how is social media helpful to the entrepreneur, or how is it not helpful? What's so special about social media?
What's so special about social media? You can be anyone you want to be on social media. I mean, yeah, I'm sure that like I have a couple of followers that really feel like they know me, that like understand exactly, who I am and where I came from and some struggles and things like that, because I've released that. But at the same time, though, like they don't really know everything. So like you're able to be whoever you want to be. Like on days where you aren't feeling yourself, but all of a sudden you have like a thought, you can take that to social media and you could be off all day except for have 2 minutes of gold, as I like to call it. And the social media has no idea that you spent 90% of your day in bed just trying to take care of yourself mentally.
So it's trying to think of the word. It's cathartic. It's cathartic. It's very
I'm gonna need a dictionary. Why would you do that?
sorry. It makes you happier than before, right? It changes your mood. Am I getting that?
For me, it does. For me, it does. For me, knowing that I put some kind of knowledge or inspiration or something out on social media to possibly help others, it fills my cup.
Mm.
So like this little live that we're doing, like my cup is full all night until tomorrow morning. Yeah, do it. Do it. You put it on.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know how your day was before, but so you're saying if you had like a bad day or you were just feeling miserable and then you get on a Facebook Live and things just turn around and it's just like your mind just goes somewhere else.
For me, yes. But then I don't want to, okay, so I don't want to use like the word pretend, but like on social media, you can pretend that you just slayed the day. Like, I'm not saying to be fake or anything, but I'm just saying like, you don't always need to be on to look on for social media, you know? Like on your normal clock in and clock out days, like you have to be on like all the time. But as an entrepreneur, you can really use social media to your best. You can use it like as a secret weapon. Like if like you can schedule your posts. So like you can schedule your posts that way they go out on a certain day on a certain time to keep up with maybe like a competition that you're doing with yourself. So that way you stay engaged with all of your followers. Or like I said, you could be really having just a crappy day and then give something inspirational to the world. And it looks like you were on all day because you had like that moment of ooh and ah on social media.
So is it like playing a character or playing a role, or is it just like a mental escape, so to speak?
For some people, I don't think that it would be a mental escape because for some people, just talking about the idea of going live stresses them out.
Mm.
So for some people, they're like, yeah, that's really not my jam either. And then and I don't want to say like you're playing a character, But yeah, on social media, you can be anybody that you want to be, you know? So like I do believe that you can play any character that you want to on social media.
So then how does that help the entrepreneur, or better yet, a more direct question, how does that help the entrepreneur build their brand? How does that help them generate sales?
Because you'd have to stay true to who you are. So, okay, like for instance, like I'm helping this one girl and she says, I'm terrified of lives. I'm like, okay, I get it. You know, it's scary holding the cell phone and knowing you're recorded and you can't stop it and freeze it and, you know, edit it on the spot. But you can have a speech ready for you. And how to, okay, so how? Ask that question one more time. I got sidetracked.
Okay, so you're so you said that, you know, you, like we were talking about, you can have a bad crappy day, and then for example, you get on a live and it's just like it's it's like you never had that day at all, right? It's just like we just put it out of your mind, and it's like you're transported into a different world. So you get to be somebody else. That's what you were saying.
Yes. And then how does that help you as an entrepreneur and how does that revenue sales?
Right. And the brand and the bottom line. And
well, one, you're getting your content out there for the day. So like that just helps you stay consistent in the eye of social media because you need to be consistent no matter what. How does it help your brand? Yes, I mean, you have to stay true to who you are and true to who your brand is. Because if I went on my live and I showed up in a completely different character, they would see right through it and they'd be like, okay, wait a minute, like what is going on? Like why this is weird. You know, it's like you can't totally change a character unless you're committed. Like if you're gonna, we got way off subject here, but I want to answer your question. So just doing your live or doing, you know, some kind of content with your face and everything, it can help you stay consistent and on it. And then, you know, with your brand, as long as you're being true to your brand and true to yourself, I think that it can help you with your image and also making sales.
So being authentic, right? So it's all about authenticity, right? And that's something kind of bringing this all back together now. It's you want entrepreneurs should be authentic, and they need to, what you do is try to find out who they are and what how they're authentic, how they're original, how they're themselves, and you kind of take that and you put that into content, right? So
Yeah.
like you can't be fake, right? Because it's reflected in your content and people will pick that up, right? So
Yeah.
you want people to be, well, not just people, entrepreneurs to be true to themselves, to be true to their identity, and you, that trueness, that authenticity is reflected in social media content.
Yes.
Did I get that?
Yes. Yes. Yes, Brown.
Oh, right. And social media is a tool that can help entrepreneurs do that. So once they figure out who they are and what they figure out what they're about, what their purpose is, then that determines the direction that they want to go in terms of advertising, promotion, social media.
Yes.
And that's where you come in, right? Because some people have difficulty with that.
Yes. Like I'm sure that like as like, you know, like you're helping your students, I'm sure, you know, that you don't see how that could be created into content, you know, where I come in with my artistic mind and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to like slow mo in on the pencil case. And then I'm going to like back out. And then I'm going to slow mo in like on like the 7 books that have to be studied or the 3 books. And then I'm going to slow mo that. And then I'm going to go ahead and slow mo out from you and show that you are helping the student or the adult, you know, be tutored. And that's what I see in my head. And that's what I want to create for my people. Cause I'm sure that you're just like, I don't see that.
All right. So let's
Anyway.
let's do a kind of a role play, right? So
Yeah.
you've never met me before. Someone referred me to you. I want to get on social media. I have no idea how it works. So I'm coming to you and say, hey, Amber, I have this tutoring business and I want to get on social media. I have no idea how it works. What would you do?
First, you're going to create your group, your page, and you're going to sign up for every social media account. And you're like, I don't even know what LinkedIn is. Okay, that's fine. You're going to go ahead and you're going to sign up for every single one of them. You're also going to get your little butt onto TikTok too, as long as whatever. Anywho, you're going to get onto every single one, because then as you create content, you can post it on every single one. And then as you start getting followers, you can start interacting with them. Also, I think that it's just smart to start with your personal page. So it's smart to start with a personal page and let your friends who are already your friends know that you're moving over here. So if you like my business and you like what I do, or you want to show me support, or you're just curious, like, please join me over here. And then like that lets them know, because I think that it's also, nice when people separate their groups and their pages from their personal accounts, because not everybody that's your friend wants to see your business too. So then I created a very clear division.
So let's talk about that. So separate groups and pages from personal. Can you talk more about that?
Like my business groups and pages know that I have children, but they're not seen. So like I keep my children out of my business accounts. And then as far as my personal goes, I only let them see certain things of my business that like really might interest them. Like I know some people really enjoy these lives. So I'll be posting this live onto my personal Facebook profile, but I'm not just going to keep on bombarding my personal and make it look like business all the time. Because I think that people just get drowned out from that.
So it's like you cherry pick what you share. So like there's some things you share on the business page, right? And in groups, and then there's something you share on the personal.
Exactly.
So like I noticed that you use your personal page for your lives.
Yes, because I have a lot of people that like my lives with my personal, and a lot of my friends have realized that this is just what I do. So if you don't like it, like you can just check out and just overlook it, or you can check in. But also I have a bigger following on my personal. So it's a gray area, like,
yeah.
But I guess if I was to start all over again, I mean, yeah, I would just create my groups, create my pages, have followers over there, and then I would definitely limit how much you're putting onto your personal. Let them know like you have a business and let them know certain things, but I wouldn't, constantly do things on your personal.
So how much should I be posting every day?
Some gurus say you need to post 3 times a day. Like I follow this one and she goes, you have to do it 3 times a day. That's what I do. And I'm like, holy cow, that's not going to happen. I think as long as you're consistent. So for me, I probably post about 3 times a week, which is usually Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Well, and then maybe a weekend post. So like anywhere from like 3 to 4 times a day, or 4 times a week. So a day is probably just once.
So, okay, so you post on certain days. So is it days that just work for your schedule, or is it, you tend to see more popularity on certain days?
There is apparently a mathematical equation out there that Mondays and Tuesdays are the best. Fridays are the absolute worst. You're going to really make me get underneath the table? Oh, man. There you go. Okay, so, but for me personally, I just post on those days just because it works out for me. So like Mondays, I love Mondays. I love posting about them. And then Tuesdays, I usually have something going on inside the group. Wednesdays, is like a recap of the buzz meeting that comes up on Thursdays, and then I post on Thursdays, and then I usually don't post something again until Saturday. So just because that's what works out for my business schedule.
And you do all that on your personal page?
No, not always. No, my personal page right now is maybe twice a week. So those were all of my business accounts. So those would be my group and then also my page, but not my personal page. My personal page is maybe twice a week.
Ah, okay. So then your lives, because even though your lives are pertaining to your business, you put it on your personal page because you have a larger following and your followers already know that that's your business.
Exactly.
Right. So now if you were to do those lives on your business page, how do you think that would be different? Or would it be different?
I don't think it'd be different. I just know that my following over there isn't as big. So that I know that I'd be missing out on some regulars that like to check in because they don't want to move into my business, one, because they don't want to be bombarded or sold with that. But they do like what I do and they respect my space. But so then they always watch my lives when I'm live.
So when you started your personal page, did you start it with the intention of doing lives for your business, or was it sort of like, I'm just gonna do random stuff with my friends, and then did you start your personal page with the intention of doing the lives, or did it turn into that?
I never saw myself doing lives ever. So no, my personal page started back in high school. My dad still cringes at the Hotmail account that was created for it. No, so I was just like every other girl, doing my thing, living life, and just dating. And like if you guys go back inside my profile, like you guys will see like who I was and kind of where I became and where I started my business, and then like, oh, okay, now it's serious. So no, I definitely never created my personal page for business. It was definitely just a fun thing. But then I realized the power that it had.
What was the power? Tell us more about that power.
The power. Okay, so when I go out networking in these events, they like my energy. They like who I am. So then they're like, oh my goodness, I want to be your friend, or I want to be your follower. So then that's when I give them, now instead of just giving them my group or my page, now I give them my name. And then they can, well, I guess we really can't be friends anymore. We can be friends. I found out that Facebook is really weird. I hit like a certain number and now I just have followers. So I don't know how to get back into the friends realm. So now I just have followers. But so that was interesting. Like one night everyone's like, oh, I'm just following you. And I'm like, what is this? So now like when I'm out at networking events, instead of just dropping, the Meticulous Engagements group or the Meticulous Engagements page, now I'm like, hey, I'm Amber McCarty. Go ahead and follow me. And then I get them into my groups and I get them into my pages after the networking event.
Yeah, I think I noticed that with Facebook too. So now you can turn your personal page into a professional something, and so people can follow you, but that doesn't mean that they're your friends. And so there's like an extra step to friend them. So now your name has become the business. So it's not, you already have your business page, but Amber McCarty is the business.
Yes.
How does
there, guys? Go for it. Hit me with another question. This is fun.
All right. So just to reel it all back in. So for people so first you get everyone on all the social media accounts. Then what? What is the next step?
The next step is just creating to your best ability. Like there's a TikTok out there that says everything is content. Everything is content. That's so true. Everything is content. Like everything in your business, you packing your bag to go to your client's house to go meet up with that one student is content. You plugging in your laptop just to make sure that you're going to have enough battery during your session to tutor, that's content. Like, so creating content around your business, I don't believe is that hard. And you just have to start creating to your best ability and kind of thinking outside of the box. But don't get, I don't know, don't get stuck on that. Like, you can start with just taking, you know, pictures of what you have to offer if it's a product. So
okay,
it,
so I guess with tutoring is it's easy to visualize, but let's say someone
yeah.
what's a good one? Someone is trying to sell chairs. They have chairs and they want to sell chairs. So and they want to get on social media. So they already created all the accounts. So I guess I'm trying to
Okay.
figure out what you do to turn it into content, right? Because you
Okay.
said you play it like a
All right, let's
medium
go with the
brand.
chair maker. Okay, let's
All
totally
right.
go with the chair maker. All right.
I want to sell chairs.
Okay, you want to sell chairs? Okay, so we can go ahead and we can do a dining room set. So you can go ahead and maybe they're handcrafted dining room set. So you can go ahead and you could, if it's handcrafted, holy crap, there's so much content that you can work with. You can work like from the beginning all the way to the end, and then all the way setting the table for a Thanksgiving feast is how I would do it.
Ooh,
You know,
okay.
so that's what I would do. Okay, maybe you create lounge chairs, right?
Mhm.
Maybe you reupholster, again, huge content right there. If you like reupholster anything, that's all content. But then what I would do, so they are nice lounge chairs. Maybe you have a model sitting like in a nice dress, sipping on a cocktail, and you know, she's just getting cozy into her lounge chair. Something that like people can do with it. But also you want to think practical, because obviously, you know, even stay-at-home moms do not prance around in gowns and mix a martini when the husband gets home. So you
What?
want
They don't?
to no, it's like I said, you also want to be practical too. So okay, back to the lounge chairs. You could, okay, hold on. I'm thinking. So if they are lounge chairs, you could create an environment like a housewarming party, and you can create the housewarming party with like the little tea cakes and the teas, and I zone out when I think like this. And you know, you could take content like of people's sitting on them, having a good time, because also it's creating an atmosphere. People don't want to see just pictures of your beautiful chair. They do sometimes, but they also want to feel something from it. Like, why do I need a cow printed chair when I am a true city girl skyline? Like, why do I need this? So you want to create like a visual or a feeling with it. Another one that I was just thinking of with the dining room chairs, maybe like you could be as silly as doing what is that game with the chairs? With the
Musical
chairs.
chairs?
Yeah, you could even be like as silly as that. So it doesn't always need to be, and then it could be like handcrafted for I'm not good with like punchlines, but like handcrafted for withstanding a night of fun. Like, I'm not good with punchlines. Or like what is that word? That the play on words. I'm not very good at those either. But that's usually where I get my business partner to actually help me out with like all the witty stuff. So when I see a vision, he usually helps me out with all the witty stuff. But yeah, those are just some ideas like with basic chairs that I guess.
So I like where your mind goes, right? So it's you're taking an object and you're trying to apply it to real life, right? Like what's something that's relatable? What's something that people are more likely to do? So something like selling a chair, right? So your mind automatically went to a dining room set because you're thinking of a family, you're thinking of dinner, right? You're thinking of house parties, right? So it's like, where do you see chairs? Oh, what about a dining room set? Because you're
I just
think,
also had like another vision like of
yeah,
yeah, like I could go all night. I could go all night.
Musical chairs was a good one, like children's parties, right? So people need chairs for a children's party. People need chairs for a church function. People need chairs for um uh board game night, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. So you're taking something and you're applying it to something else. I'm trying
Yeah.
to think, but you're using real world applications for for these products.
Yeah.
And then you're taking that and you're using that to create content. So like a post or a reel or little videos, things like that.
Exactly.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. So so I'm guessing for your business, so already established businesses. So I'm thinking you cater more to like the mom and pop businesses, or maybe
I've never been
yeah.
approached by anybody else. Mhm. To be honest with you, I mean, if Jared wanted to come knock on my door, the guy who makes the wedding rings, I mean, if he wants to knock on my door, I mean, I am more than willing to go ahead and give it a spin. Like, let's go. But yeah, so I've never dealt with anybody else other than, small mom and dad orientated businesses.
Awesome. And and that's where they need the most help, right? Small businesses, because how do you get that idea out of your head
Hmm.
onto a computer, onto Facebook, onto TikTok, and you do that for them. Some
Yep,
people it's hard to get the thoughts out the head, and that's where you come in.
exactly.
All right. All right. So what did we learn? What's the final message you want to get out there?
Final message. The final message that I'd want to get out there would be
What's the moral of the story?
you have to be connected. I would just always go back to networking and staying connected, and then just getting connected even on social media. Like, you have to start building your own stage somewhere. Even if you don't want to be on stage, you still have to build your own stage somewhere.
So you have to
Yeah.
build the stage first before you play at a concert.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, not really.
I'm so not really. I'm trying to be cute.
Go rewatch the video and then
Yeah.
you tie this all together. Um,
You have to build the stage first before you invite people in. Is that better?
no, because you're already
No?
inviting people in before you even get onto the stage.
Okay.
You just have to be the center. You just have to be the center of what you want to create. Like, you have to be like the nuclei or the nucleus, like, of whatever you want to. Right? I'm saying that right?
Yes, nucleus. Yes.
You sure?
One.
You have to be that person, and you have to draw in like your own positives.
And in order for you to draw your own positives, you have to be yourself and
Yeah.
not a fake person. You got to be real.
Yes.
So be authentic, be yourself, build your community, right?
Yes.
Start networking, start meeting people, start with your friends, right? And then go outside of your friend circle, right? Get on all the social media platforms. And once you figure out who you are, then figure out how you can take what you do and apply it to real world situations.
Yes.
Did I do that for you?
Yes. Yes, you did. You watched that super quick.
Thank you. I like to tie it all in together, tie it up in a bow. All right, so we're having a lot of fun, but let's start to wrap things up. So I think I kind of asked you about it already, but any words of wisdom that you would like to leave with our audience?
Okay, I'm gonna go with my favorite. I've been using it lately. Go make a mess, and you'll find gold.
Ooh, what does that mean?
Are we going again? Okay,
No, okay, it's okay.
really
Go
quick,
make.
really quick. Go
Uh,
make a mess. Just go do it. Go do the shit that scares you. Just go. You just gotta go do it. Taking a picture of your product is gonna be scary, but you just gotta do it. And you're gonna find gold, and then you're just gonna get better, and then you're gonna figure out like exactly what people want to see. So yes, uh, go make a mess, and you'll find gold.
Beautiful. I love it. Beautiful. All right, Amber, this was an amazing conversation. Thank you so much for this. And thank you for coming on Hot Topics today. This was awesome. All right. So it is now promo time for the audience. I'm just going to put your banner up on the screen. All right, you guys. So Amber McCarty, she is all over the place, you guys. She has a website, buzzitbig.com. You could visit her online. She also has a Facebook page. Well, the Facebook page and the YouTube channel is Meticulous Engagements. So check that out. She also has a Facebook group called Meticulous Engagements Group. So the word group is in the name. So I want you guys to catch that. And she is also on LinkedIn. It's just her name, Amber McCarty. And she is on TikTok. It is Amber McCarty 20. So all of her information is scrolling below at the bottom of the screen for my video people. And for my podcast people, I did not forget about you. All of this information is in the description. So, however, you guys are taking in this episode, whether you're listening to it or whether you're watching it, all of this information is in the description and is at your fingertips. So I encourage you to follow her, follow Amber on all of her platforms, you guys. Follow her on everything and support her. And lastly, she has a podcast, which I was recently a guest. It is called Meticulous Engagements. Right now, it's without an S, so it's Meticulous Engagement. But she's going to add that S in there. So, Meticulous Engagements, you could check out her podcast wherever you get your podcast. So, whether it's Spotify or well, hopefully you'll be getting on Apple soon, but that's to do list. But Spotify or Podchaser or wherever you get your podcast, you guys check it out. Meticulous Engagements. Check it out and subscribe. Amber, is there anything else you want to say about your podcast? What it's about?
It's
Any.
just more about other entrepreneurs just doing their thing. So that's what I do. I just interview business owners.
There you go. So you want to learn more about entrepreneurship? She talks to other entrepreneurs. Check out the podcast, Meticulous Engagement. So get it wherever you get your podcasts. All right. Well, Amber, thank you. Thank you so much for this amazing conversation.
Thank you. This was fun.
Okay. I'm going to place you backstage and I'm going to give you a moment. I'll make sure I'll take you off camera now. All right, you guys. So I'm going to taking Amber off camera so she has a moment to herself. All right. The beauty of entrepreneurs, the beauty of entrepreneurship, you guys. Make a mess and you will find gold. So, in thinking about it now, because when she originally said it, I was like, what are you talking about? But now that I'm like, wait a minute, you know what? She's right. Make a mess, you guys, and you will find gold. So that is amazing words of wisdom. And I hope you guys have been paying attention. All right. So now we are at the conclusion of this episode. Thank you so much for joining me today. Oh, okay. So I just want to remind you guys that this podcast, Hot Topics, is a production of my company, A Step Ahead Tutoring Services. So if you are looking for one-on-one tutoring, if you're looking for academic assistance, homework help, if your child is falling behind on certain grades or they're not reading at their grade level or they're struggling with focus you know or you just need another person to deal with your kid because for some reason you can't deal with your kid, reach out to us. Our tutors are here. Our tutors are available in person if you are in the New York City area, and they are available online virtually as well in the United States. So reach out to us if you need any of those things that I mentioned before. Check us out online. Our website is www.astepaheadtutoringservices.com. You could also email us at success@astepaheadtutoringservices.com. You could also call or text us. Our phone number is 347-762-2838, or you can follow us on our many social media platforms. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, Eventbrite, and there's one that I'm forgetting. How do I always forget these things? Hold on. Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I just remembered YouTube. All right, so check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, WhatsApp, Eventbrite. So check us out on all of those social media platforms. And while you're checking us out, follow us, like our pages, subscribe, stay in touch with us. We share great content, you guys. So, I encourage you to follow us on social media. So while you're doing all that, I encourage you, please let us know what you thought about this episode today. So Gabrielle, will appreciate your feedback. So if you're watching this on video right now, whether you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts for the episode that you just watched today. If you're listening to this on a podcast, drop a rating, drop a comment, especially if you're listening to this on Good Pods. Drop a comment in the comment section, drop a note. Let me know your thoughts about this episode for today. Your I will definitely appreciate your feedback. So please provide your feedback about this episode today. Drop a comment in the comment section, comment thread, drop a rating. There's so many ways that you can leave your feedback. So I encourage you guys, leave your feedback for today. And if there's any entrepreneurs, whether you're starting out or you're already established and it's hard to, how do you know what you want to do, but how do you get it onto paper? How do you get it out of your head and onto social media? I encourage you to reach out to Amber McCarty. So, some people need a little help getting all that out, and Amber is your girl to do that. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to you joining me at the next episode. So now I am signing off. Thank you guys again. Bye, you guys.